I want to show you a neat way to link or use data from one spreadsheet to a different one within the same file. Now, this is really helpful especially when you are working on different spreadsheets, and somehow they are related to each other. If there's data in one sheet that you want to point to from another sheet, this is the way to do it. So the question is, can you link data that you find on one spreadsheet and use it on another spreadsheet automatically? The answer is yes. Google Sheets has the ability to cross-reference data from one spreadsheet to another by simply using some super simple short formulas designating where that particular data is coming from. Rather than using copy and paste to transfer a copy of the values from one sheet to another, Google Sheets allows us to work on one sheet while at the same time, refer to data from other sheets in the same file. Want to learn how? Let me show you. So how do you refer to data from one sheet to another within the same spreadsheet file? Let's say you are working on a sheet. Remember, both sheets have to be within the same file that we'll label target, because that's what we're working on, and you want to link data that comes from another sheet we'll label sheet of data. In order to make this work, you're going to have to first decide where that value shows up on the target sheet. Then, on that same cell, put in a formula that tells target where this data is coming from, which would be your sheet of data. And that's it. That's the basic idea of how this works. If you want a detailed step-by-step guide, please visit my site at Tech Guide Central. Link in the description below. There are a few things I didn't know about until now, and I believe these tips could really help you out. Here's what I've learned. What is the syntax or structure of the formula we've just created? After selecting and highlighting the cell in the target sheet, the equal sign, equals, starts the formula. It tells Google Sheets that a formula is about to begin. The moment you type in, equals, you'll notice a shift in color or structure in your text box. This means that now Google is going to expect some code or any value according to any formula or function you are about to type in. In this case, you're in luck. The next thing you type will further tell Google what it is you're trying to look for. It's the one we want to refer to. The name of the sheet absolutely must match what you write in the formula. By typing in the name of another sheet, it will automatically tell Google that you are wanting to refer to that particular sheet. I also want to show you later what to do in case you named your sheet with 2 or more words. Then, add the exclamation mark. But what is the exclamation mark for? The exclamation mark is generally known as a separator. It allows Google Sheets to know when it's the end of a value or section of the formula and the beginning of another part of it. In the examples above, an exclamation mark signifies that the name of the tab is completed, and now, Google is expecting to get the cell location input from you next. Finally, let's talk about the differences between tabs, sheets, files, and workspaces. When I say tab, I am referring to the spreadsheet that you can shuffle through located at the bottom of the sheet. These tabs are simply just multiple instances of different spreadsheets that are somewhat related to each other. They don't have to relate to each other, but it's often that they do since they are placed within the same file or workspace. Go ahead and look at the bottom of your spreadsheet file. You'll notice that there's a plus sign button. Clicking on that will create another spreadsheet. Clicking on it once again will create another. You can create as many as you want and shuffle through them. However, they are all in the same file. Having multiple tabs or sheets often is useful for people who have multiple sheets that are somewhat related in one way or another. Take for example a tab for income and a tab for expenses. You can decide to have both individual sheets located in the same file or workspace to keep things organized. And since both sheets refer to the same company, it would be much more advantageous sometimes to keep them both together. One other thing I learned was not to put spaces in formulas. Every step above is a single, non-space line of text. Do not add any spaces in between any of the steps that require your input. However, you must understand that there are exceptions to the no spaces rule. Now I know that there often comes a time when the name of the tab is actually 2 different words with an intentional or necessary space in between. It can even be more than just 2 words. You can lay out an entire title and description for a particular tab if that's what you really want. I mentioned in the section above that there should not be any spaces. However, if you absolutely prefer to keep the name as separate words, you'd have to tell Google Sheets that they are together. In order to make Google Sheets think that the two or more words are really just one name is to simply place a single quotation mark before and after the full name of the tab. It's that easy. Just surround the multi-word name with a pair of single quotation marks. As long as it is surrounded by single quotation marks, then Google Sheets will automatically be able to find it and accept it as being part of the value for its reference formula. One thing I want to make clear is that I suppose if you didn't want to think about it too much, you can start training yourself to automatically place the names in between single quotes whether it's two or more words or just one word. Yes, you can put single quotes around a single word as well. It makes no difference. In fact, I would recommend just automatically surrounding every single value no matter how many words it has with single quotes. It'll make it easier for you if you get in the groove with this consistency. Well, that's it for now. There's a great reference and guide that I left on my website. Tech Guide Central. Did you like the video? Why not subscribe, hit the bell icon, and smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Again, I thank you for supporting my channel. See you soon.